We bought this $3,000 stolen and recovered BMW 135i and immediately entered it into one of New Zealand's fastest road events.
Yeah.
And we had no idea what we were doing. That's 164, we're going to get in trouble, and we've lost Sport Road.
I don't think we'd be able to keep up with the guy. Over the last year, we've reviewed quite a few fun, fast cars.
Yep, Lotus Emira,
RSQ8, the Cooper Formentor.
McLaren GTS.
It's heavy competition.
your base model Volkswagen ID4.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But the problem is we don't really get a chance to use them fast on our public roads. And so for that, we wanted a little bit more experience.
Yes.
It all started over a glass of banana milk, as most things do. We stumbled across Targa's events and found one that was a safe and legal way to thrash your car on a closed public road. So we locked that in, right? But yeah, we didn't have a car. So naturally, we fired up the old personal computer and bought a $3,011 repossessed BMW 135i sight unseen. It had 230,000 Ks and an N54 engine known for having problems. We were ready to roll, except we needed to do a little bit of prep work.
What's that got to do with it?
First, we bought a racing license online, which seemed too easy. Then we signed up for Targa. Now, we went for the Tour, which is a high-speed convoy where Targa's own pace setters help you keep a safe gap between cars. Then you just need a fire extinguisher, tow rope, safety triangle, and a first aid kit, helmets, and that's it. No harness, no roll cage.
Did you catch all that?
Oh, sorry, mate. Were you talking to me?
Right, let's do it.
Oh.
Actually, I feel like we should probably sort a few things out in the car.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, have a look at the state of this.
All the weak points got sorted first, so water pump, plastic hoses, belts, and then there was the wheel bearing wind, the diff wind, the bent shock hat, the collapsed spring, pretty good. Then it was off to an RDA Brakes Service Center, who not only sponsored us, but kitted us out with slotted rotors and high performance brake pads. Look at that, beauty. They also gave us a much needed wheel alignment before setting us on our way. For tyres, we were advised to go semi-slicks, so useless when cold, but once warmed up, they'd have grip for days.
Ideally 2 days, because you can do a 5-day Targa Tour, which spans like 1,000 kilometers, but we're just gonna do the 2 day.
Yeah, we've got baby obligations. And they're not small, they're just literally babies.
Putting the stickers on was the hardest part of the entire journey, not joking, but we finally took the car out for a test drive. And yeah, this thing was shaping up nicely, eh? Plenty of speed, brakes like an anchor, and handled like it was on rails. We were finally ready.
So we are 2 minutes departed, and we're not out of the city yet, and we developed a problem. One, check engine lights come on, or this ABS driving stability thing has come on, which is not that cute. And then we've developed a bit of a train track sound on the outside. Chuck the camera out there, Andy.
I'm going to throw it out.
Whew. So we checked in with the RDA Brakes team, and of course by then the sound had gone and the ABS light was just a speed sensor being funny. But they also found a bloody crack in the radiator that meant a replacement was needed right then and there, or would miss the whole of Targa.
So the car's going to take about 3 hours to fix the radiator and the wheel speed sensor. So we've done what any good Aucklander should do when you've got time to waste. And we've gone and gotten ourselves a little croissant. Because we just need a little pick-me-up, you know, because it's been a bit stressful.
It has been.
So
Yeah,
we'll have to...
upset.
I'm scared.
My tummy's been a little bit.
You're wet. It's okay, Andy.
It's okay, because then we walked up an incline, which is the next most Auckland thing you could have done, while the car was getting finished up and we were back on the road, about 3 hours behind schedule.
So we're about 3 hours away from the starting location, and we've developed, I believe, another problem, which sounds to me like a boost leak. I'll see if you can hear this. But when we floor it, you hear that? It sounds like a blow-off valve. Oh, and this car does not have an aftermarket blow-off valve. So yeah, there's something wrong there, which we've lost power. So woohoo!
So we just turned up the corn CDs and ignored the boost leak while we took in the sights on the road to Palmerston North. We were definitely going to miss the 6 PM safety checks that night, but thankfully Targa said we could squeeze that in the next day. And when we finally arrived at the motel, a competition team took pity on us and tried to find the boost leak and fixed a different wheel speed sensor problem while we stood around filming them and doing nothing, which might be a recurring theme in this video actually. Thanks guys. right, we're awake. It's 5:30 or so. We've got to go to a photo shoot. Andy's putting his makeup on. My hair looks great. And one thing, honestly, that I'm very grateful for before we sort of start our Targa today is that at least the fridge in our room is CFC free. Feeling optimistic about the motel's fridge, we loaded up the car and started flicking through the pace notes for today's 7 stages of driving before meeting Aaron for a quick shoot, which is where you saw this, remember? From there, we were nice and early to the assembly point, so we checked out some of the competition cars. We also passed scrutineering, which meant checking that we had all the safety bits in place while we waited for everyone else to arrive.
And we figured while we wait for the whole thing to kick off, we'll show you some of the more advanced features of our car. So first and foremost, we've got this lovely piece of plastic piping down there. We actually thought it was a water bottle that was stuck, and I was going to take it out because I was like, oh, that's not good. But actually, I believe it's funneling air into the brakes. Another couple of other advanced features that we have. This one, I think, is actually reasonably high tech. I don't know if we're allowed to show this. There's some duct tape here covering a wire, and we don't know what the wire is for. So that's good. We're not going to touch that. We also have some duct tape holding the light together, which I believe comes factory like that. We have these sort of special metal objects holding the roof lining together. All jokes aside though, there actually is one cool little feature that we have. It's not part of the car, it is aftermarket, but it's this. I'll turn the car on. We have a tire pressure sensor little dongle because each tire, the cap, is a little reader that reads the pressure, which is really important for us in these semi-slick tires because we don't want to be driving too hard when these are cold.
After that, the tour leader gave us a quick briefing for the day so we knew what to expect. Then suddenly it was all go. Everyone rushed to their cars, we lined up, headed out towards that first stage. At this point we were excited but also apprehensive because we just didn't know how hardcore the driving was going to be. We were about to find out.
Here we go, Andy.
Yeah, man. Party time. This is awesome, man.
Yeah, man, this is sick.
Yeah, so we've just gone past Opaway Road. There's another caution on the right-hand corner coming up in about 300 meters at a big right turn. So big right-hand turn. And another 150 meters, we're going over a single-lane bridge. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so that's pretty handy, man.
You're doing pretty good, man, following that.
Yeah, I'm just a blind man. You're doing a great job of driving. I don't think we'd be able to keep up with the guy, but
There's no one behind me, dude.
yeah, that's okay.
Should I be slowing down so they can see me?
No. They said you just drive your speed, man.
The car feels very grippy.
Yeah, man.
The tires
Well
are gripping-
planted, eh?
Yeah, they're gripping more and more. This is a good pace. I wouldn't necessarily go a heck of a lot faster than this.
Okay, well, what are we hitting? I don't know.
In the corners, I have no idea. I can't afford to look down.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I must say, man, I've had the luxury of looking up a few times at the scenery and it's gorgeous.
Is it? Yeah, I haven't looked once.
Yeah, no.
160.
Oh, awesome, man. Hey.
It definitely feels low on power, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow down. Cool, man. That's awesome.
That was fun, man.
Great driving.
Yeah,
dude.
good directions.
Okay, so in case you couldn't tell from the giggling and cackling, we were having fun, and everyone else was too. Between each stage, you'd follow each other on the open roads to the next starting line, and before we knew it, we were fueling up and meeting for lunch. And this part was cool because you got to chat about how it was going with everyone and get those raw first impressions. But yeah, we were still down on power with that boost leak, so the poor service crew had another look during their lunch break while we stood around doing nothing. Unfortunately, they reckoned the problem was lower down in the engine bay and it would involve too much work for lunch, so we just carried on. And man, the afternoon was an absolute treat. We did 3 stages called the Gentle Annies, which took us winding through scenic mountains, and really the footage here does it no justice, but it was seriously fun carving through that at speed. We also decided to move up a few spots in the convoy and found a nice pace behind yet another Yaris. There were literally 9 Toyota Yaris GR Sports across the Targa events. 9. Is there some kind of cult we don't know about?
Wow, that's fun.
By this point, Andy had fully mastered the co-driving, so while I was like, he was pointing out animals and just enjoying himself. At the end of the day, we all met up again for a debrief while the service crew got under our car and another competitor, Sarah, came over and found a broken O-ring in the intercooler pipe, which they literally super glued back together for us. We then caught up for a beer before checking in at the next motel, which had some blood on the sheets, which was actually a really nice touch.
Hey Peter.
Hello.
How's it going, mate? How you doing?
Enjoy the first day?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
awesome.
It's addictive, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's rad.
No
Catch you later,
worries.
man. See ya.
Guys, have a great day.
As we checked on the maps and got settled for the day, we thought we'd chat to some of the tour group to see how they're getting on.
What car are you driving in Targa today?
Driving a FL5 Civic Type R.
Me and Dad are taking turns driving this Beamer 130.
We have got BMW 135.
Yeah. Looks very, very familiar, in fact. And is this your first time driving in Targa?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's my first time doing any kind of rally car driving.
Yeah, and even though it's the 130, so it's not the turbo, but you've still got plenty of pace. I mean, you're well ahead of us, and so it comes down to experience and cornering, I guess.
Yeah, bravery. Yeah.
Or you're just better than us in general.
We had no idea that we were going.
We didn't
We
re-
thought we were going on a grandma journey in the forest, basically, and then we looked around and everyone was gone.
Yeah.
It's like the most fun you can have with your pants on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having some trouble with the transmission. It's been getting stuck in third or fourth or sixth.
Smiles
Great
are out
fun.
today.
Yeah,
We're
for
more
sure.
relaxed.
Yeah.
We're more relaxed.
Yeah.
We're at the back of the pack.
Yeah.
And we're feeling a little bit happier here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, we're good.
Then it was helmets on and straight into it.
Okay. Start of day 2, first stage. And we've lost sport mode. We've lost
what?
sport mode, yeah.
What?
It's staying in, it's just in drive, it's just in comfort mode. Yeah.
What's that gonna do?
It just means we'll have less throttle response,
Oh,
and it means it won't hold gear. Whew! Hell.
yeah.
Shit, it's just so fast.
Jeez.
They've set a faster pace today, haven't they?
Yeah, man, it's definitely quicker.
By the way, if you noticed this bag sliding around in yesterday's footage, we did the same thing today. Pretty dumb.
Like straight off the bat.
Yeah. Single caution left.
Yep.
Whoa.
Far out, man. It's a weird feeling. We had such a relaxing morning, you know, we had our little coffee and our bloody croissant, and now it just feels like you're running for your life suddenly.
Yeah, game on.
Yeah.
So far, so good, so fast, so Yaris.
That's 164, we're gonna
Oh.
get in trouble. We better
Yeah. Gee.
get. Okay, losing sport mode hasn't been that dramatic of an effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually is, it's holding the manual gears because we're using them so frequently. It's not getting a chance to revert back to drive.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Far out. This is jostling, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Dude, look at
Whoa.
this. This looks like a bloody track in Gran Turismo or something.
Far out. Far out. This is feeling fast, man.
And then we were near the end, lining up for that final 7th stage of the day. Despite all the hiccups with the car, we were somehow gonna make it. The car had oil, fuel, no warning lights, and enough pace to keep up. Until this.
Yeah, that does not sound good, eh?
Yeah.
Should we hazards on?
Yeah, find somewhere safe. Pull over.
That does not sound good.
It's every single time you accelerate.
Should I pull over on the right here?
You could do. I'll get the sign out to say we're okay. These guys are supposed to come along. Keep your phone on, keep my phone on.
Yeah. We've got a problem. We've got a problem.
Yeah, we didn't know what that was, but it wasn't good. We decided to risk limping down the road to the final meetup, and here's what the crew said.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bearing. In other words, the little 135 was done for. While the car got loaded up on the trailer, we caught up with the tour group to share the news and say our goodbyes while they carried on the celebrations and prize giving.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy that we made it right to the very end,
Yeah.
And we're going on in the car about how awesome it's performing after all the drama at the start with the radiator and the boost leak and the lights and the such and such.
It was such smooth sailing all of the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the experience
Better than smooth sailing, man. I mean, this thing really performed, and we kind of got into a rhythm with it, eh? Like we became more and more competitive over the 2 days.
Yeah.
At the end, we're like, get out of the way.
Yeah.
And just like our cars didn't make it, neither did our mics. But we wrapped up by saying this was by far the most fun we've ever had behind the wheel of a car. We also gained a ton of experience that just wouldn't have been possible to get anywhere else. The biggest surprise was the sense of community and camaraderie. Going through something like this with like-minded, friendly people was probably half the fun. So we're not sure if the BMW will be back, but we certainly will be. A huge thank you to Mark and his service crew, Brendan, Shannon and Lindsay, who worked on the car all weekend and gave us a ride home in the back of the parts van. We also wanted to thank RDA Brakes Service Center for the stopping power that never missed a beat. And finally, thanks to Targa and the whole community for having us. In fact, we caught up with Peter, who runs the whole show, to tell us a bit more about it and why you should consider coming next year.
It's free, it's fun, and it's family friendly for spectators. Okay, so that drags the communities in. We engage communities from every part of the country that we travel. And there's something like 750 volunteers behind the scenes, 150 officials to look after a travelling entourage of about 600 people participating. From Targa Tour, time trial, competition, there's something for everyone. A Warren Fitness car and Rego's all you need to get started, and then you get addicted.
Yeah.
It's the
we've tasted a bit of that already, man. Yeah, I mean, like we've both said we'll be back next year.
Awesome.
The tour is just so much fun, man. There's something fun. I mean, I'm sure the competition with the timing and stuff's one element, but following cars in a convoy, there's something like primal about that, you know?
Yeah,
like
100%. Look, so what we do with our tour leaders is there to try and get you to experience the best of the car the way the engineers designed the car to be used. On closed back country roads, no police, all that sort of stuff's gone, but in a controlled environment where, you know, we've got all the safety protocols. So you can enjoy yourself without the worries of other things.
the tour, we were behind the tour leader, midpoint tour leader.
Yes.
The whole time today, and he set a really good pace, and we kept up with him, and that was really comfortable, and we got to follow his driving lines, which helped us a lot as newbies, right? We don't know much about
100%,
driving lines,
no.
so, and then all the people behind me followed our driving line, so we all got to experience a good rhythm, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the whole thing that we've designed. It's there for, doesn't matter how much experience you've had or not had, it's getting you comfortable in your car at a pace that you're comfortable with and growing you to that next level. So that's what it's all about. And obviously here we are with the adrenaline high, you know, we're all sitting going, wow, this is amazing. So then next week you've just got to worry about that little bit of what we call the Targa blues.
Oh yeah,
Adrenaline's been so high for so long.
Withdrawal.
We had to wrap up to catch our ride home, but yeah, editing this video 3 days later, we actually did get withdrawals. Like driving around wondering why everyone's not going as fast as they possibly can right now. It's weird. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. We'll be back to car reviews, but hopefully next year you'll see us again at Targa, and hopefully we'll have fewer problems. We'll see.